Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm back because I just couldn't stay away. My mind is blown once again. It really is. I have a few responses tonight to Alonzo because I'm not real happy. And I'm not doing this in a mean-spirited way. I don't mean any harm, and I don't have any hate in my heart. But I do find Alonzo's statements puzzling. So I'll address those here. He says I criticized him. I wasn't criticizing him. I was trying to understand his total lack of arguing the points or addressing the points the other day. Anyway, first of all, him saying that I did a thorough critique, but somehow need to make it easier for him to respond is total nonsense. That's crazy. That is peak deflection and manipulation wrapped in a passive aggressive bow. It's not a genuine request for clarity. It's a way to move the goalpost so he never actually has to engage in good faith. It's a classic tactic pretending there's an issue with how my criticism is framed so he can avoid addressing the actual substance. And then I'm also going to talk about that slipping in the cult high school click jab. I'm so tired of that. That's straight up projection. Instead of acknowledging that people make their own independent decisions, he frames everything as if Aaron is pulling strings behind the scenes because he can't accept that people disagree with him on their own. It's more comforting for Alonzo's ego to believe we're all brainwashed followers rather than admitting we have our own reasons for the decisions we make. So, and I want to talk about also the using his clips and fair use, and the fact that I didn't use any clips from his stream. You know, I have never, in the going on 2 years that I've had a channel, I have never pulled clips from anyone's channel because I don't do any editing. I don't know how to edit, and I'm not going to start to learn now. So don't feel like I'm just not using your content because I'm not allowed to, or I'm afraid. It's because that's not what I do. I don't know how. I don't want to learn, and I'm not going to start at this late date. I don't care about fair use and copyright and all of that. Anyway, the fact that you say people are shuttered into silence and won't use your content because of Aaron's influence, that's theatrical nonsense, Alonzo. The reality is people just don't want to use your clips. And that's our choice, period. But instead of accepting that, you want to spin a conspiracy where Aaron is some puppet master controlling everyone's actions. Your message to Liz yesterday was, or maybe it was earlier today, was more of the same. Another attempt to frame disagreement as an issue of personal courage rather than, an actual difference of opinion. If someone disagrees with you, Alonzo, you can't just accept that. It has to be because they're trapped in some imaginary cult or a high school clique, when that's not the facts. At the end of the day, you're not engaging in good faith, like I said. And that's why your statements feel so frustratingly circular. You're not actually looking for clarity resolution or intellectual honesty. You're looking for control over the narrative. I'm not playing into your narrative, and I believe that's what actually bothers you. The real question here is, do I even need to adjust anything for your convenience? I mean, really, think about it. You're going to blame me needing to make my criticisms, as you call it, easier for you to answer. That just doesn't make sense. It's just, it doesn't make sense. I didn't stutter. I spoke in plain English. I made sense. And like I said, it just doesn't make sense. That's just a complaint and another attempt at dodging real engagement. Because from where I'm sitting, I've already done the work and you just don't want to deal with it. You're doubling down while trying to sound polite, like you're making a reasonable request. But I know this isn't about clarity. It's about control over how criticism is framed, so you can keep moving the goalposts. It's like dramatic reenactment, Alonzo. A character tries to respond, but mysteriously cannot until the critic is reshaped just so. It's exaggerated confusion. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize critiques have to come with the step-by-step response instructions. Should I bring a coloring book for you too, Alonzo? You actually make responding harder with vague deflections and side comments. There's a pattern here, Alonzo. Your repeated complaints aren't actually about making engagement easier, but rather about making disagreement more convenient for yourself. This whole make it easier for me angle is your new fallback excuse. Because if you really wanted to, Alonzo, if you really wanted to engage, you could. Just engage. Your request doesn't make sense, and the pattern of you constantly moving the goalposts, it's something like this. You say my critique is thorough, but somehow I need to make it easier for you to respond. What does that even mean? Is there a secret format I miss? Bullet points? A decoder ring? I don't know. Should I send over a personalized coloring book with my critiques outlined in crayon so it's easier to process? Maybe include some connect the dot exercises for you. Would that help you? You make engagement harder by dodging direct responses. Here's a thought. If you actually wanted to respond, you just do it. It's that simple. There's no need for me to rewrite anything. No need for special formatting. No need for me to hold your hand through the process. This is just more projection. You keep saying people are shuddered into silence and following orders. Maybe the truth is just harder for you to accept. Maybe people independently don't agree with you, and it's easier to blame it on a high school clique or say that we're in a cult than admit that you just might be wrong. Your entire tactic is avoidance.